Hello everybody and welcome along to Sports HQ. I'm Luke Bradnam from 102.9 Hot Tomato radio station here on the Gold Coast. Coming to you this week from the banks of the Nerang River and about to preview round 23 of the NRL. This week the news has all been about Greg Inglis. If you haven't heard, he's leaving the Melbourne Storm, a News Limited owned rugby league club that is chock full of superstars, and he's joining the Brisbane Broncos, a News Limited club that's chock full of superstars. So it's great to see that the salary cap is finally working. Let's get Jace Farmer from Sports HQ up here right now, see if we can tip you the perfect round for round 23.
Hello punters, Jace Farmer here, and I've got my serious gear on to have a serious chat about the footy. And as Lukey said, NRL round 23 time. Looking back at round 22, there's two things that really stood out to me. One is that from here on in, we're looking for teams that are in the finals hunt. I think those teams that are now out of contention in season 2010, they're going to start to fall away now, specifically when they're playing away. I think you look for those sorts of teams to get pumped. And number two, we're looking for teams that are cool and calm under pressure. There's a few teams there, most notably the Tigers, who really sort of, when the blowtorch was applied, they really fell away. They simply blew a tyre against the Rabbitohs and lost the unlosable game. So we're looking for teams in the running and teams that are cool and calm under pressure. So let's check out round 23. Okay guys, round 23 to kick off was obviously on our beloved Friday night footy. And to start the night, we're going to have the Sharkies v the Roosters. Look, Roosters were gallant against the Dragons, and they're a massive premiership threat. And as we know, premiership threat. As we know, the Sharkies, they're falling away. Their season's over, and I think it's as simple as that. I think Roosters will give it to the Sharks. Sharks will be competitive for the first half, maybe the beginning of the second half, but then expect the Roosters to apply the blowtorch and blow them off the park. Carney will kill them. The other game is very important. We've got Broncos versus the Eels at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Broncos are without Lockyer, obviously the big omission there, and that's going to make this game extremely interesting. Obviously the Broncos will be buoyed by the news, as Mr. Bradnam said, with the English joining the team as of next year. However, won't help them this week, and they're going to be under the pump. The Eels will be, they've had two big losses in a row, but they've got some attacking brilliance in them when they get those offloads and second phase play going. It just seems to be a game that I think the Eels might just escape with a win here. I don't know. Like the loss of Lockyer is massive. Corey Norman slots in the number 6 jumper. He goes great. He's a good young gun. But I'm actually going for an Eels upset here. They're going to try and keep their season alive, and they might do it this week and get over the Broncos. Then we go to Saturday, and the Titans. Well, we wrote them off 4 weeks ago. Since then, they're killing it. I spoke earlier about teams that are cool and calm under pressure, and that is most definitely the Titans. Since Rogers has moved into number 6, he's provided great platform and great foil for Scotty Prince, and their attacking brilliance has flared, and they're looking great guns. They're playing the Cowboys at home on the Saturday 5:30 game, and I just can't see. Obviously, as you probably heard, Thurston is out for the season. I don't see how Cowboys can win a game from here. I think Titans will account for the Cowboys very easily. The other game, Canterbury Bankstown versus Raiders in Sydney. Canterbury's gone. They're gone for season 2010. Raiders have a slim finals hope off the back of their Monday night win against the Panthers somehow. Kept Panthers scoreless and got over the top of them. I'm not sure whether that says Canterbury's going good or Panthers are going terrible. Look, this is a 50-50 game for me. Raiders still have a slim finals hope. That's obviously going to keep them buoyed. Canterbury have a full of pride, and they'll be reeling after their massive loss to the Knights last Sunday. So look, I'm going to tip Bulldogs in a tight one. I think Kamali will just want to finish his season off on a high with the Bulldogs, and I'm going to tip him to steer them home. Sunday we'll go down to New Zealand first, where the Warriors play the Knights, and geez, the Warriors are going good. We tipped them to beat the Sharkies well last week, and they certainly did that. They are again another team who's playing really good footy. They're finishing their sets. They've got plenty of attacking nous. The Knights are too inconsistent for me, and I would definitely picking the Warriors at home to the Knights. That's a good bet. Storm versus Rabbitohs. Look, Storm will probably get this one. I think Storm will win their games at home, but when they travel, look out. But Storm's still got too much firepower. Inglis will want to fire up for his last 4 games for the Storm. Rabbitohs, they're hanging on. They get 3 guys back. They get Best and Champion and obviously Big Burgess back. But I don't know if they're firing enough to take on a Storm team who I'm tipping to fire up at home. So I'll go to Storm there. And then we've got the Tigers and Panthers. Geez, these two teams were looking like guns 6 weeks ago. Now they're looking very, very shaky. Tigers have just, geez, they just were woeful against the Rabbitohs that last 20 minutes. They shot themselves in the foot. And Panthers blew a massive half-time lead against the Raiders. So look, I don't know how you pick these two. Which of these two teams are going to get up? Who are going to break their losing trend? Look, is Marshall going to come out and fire on all guns? He needs to. And Panthers, they need their halfback Luke Walsh back to direct play and kick them to a victory. Look, I don't know. I'm going to tip Panthers. Hopefully Luke Walsh does come up fit. If Luke Walsh plays, I'll go Panthers in that one. So look for a late inclusion from him. All right, that takes us to the big Monday night game and probably the match of the round, actually. It's the St George Illawarra Dragons versus the Manly Sea Eagles. Sea Eagles trumped the Storm last week, going against our tips, unfortunately. And the Dragons showed they were back to their fighting qualities, dusting the Roosters in a very impressive performance. I expect more of the same for the Dragons. So I think that they'll just account for Manly, but I've got a feeling that Manly are going to provide some very stiff opposition. But I think the Dragons' finals type footy will get them home. So that's our tips for this week. Now we've got to see, we just missed out on Farmers Flutter last week, 2 from 3 again. But I've got some very good bets this week. I've got 2, check them out. Okay guys, our Farmers Flutter bet, thanks to our affiliate partners of sportingbet.com.au. I've just got to lay down Misère. This is probably the most confident I've been all year of this one. We've got 2 selections. Now I'm going to tip Roosters to give it to the Sharks on Friday night. That's just a gimme. Now I'm just going to be safe. I'm going to pick them at the line, which is 8.5. So a try and a half. I think that is that'll be done at quarter of the way through the match. That gives us a $1.90 price on that one. We're going to hook that straight into the Warriors to give it to the Knights at the line again. That's only -6 points. Look, if those two teams don't win comfortably, they're kidding themselves. That's a lay down Misère. That dividend's $3.61. I'm going to have 100 on it as usual. I'd have more on it, except I've said to the missus we'll stick to $100 a week. That's going to give me 361, and boy, we need it. Get it on. Rightio guys, that's it for this week. And we're very confident with our Farmers Flutter bet, so make sure you get on. Now I reckon we've only got 4 premiership title contenders now as we get to the back end of the year. The obvious ones are the Dragons and the Roosters, and I think the 2 Queensland teams, the Titans and the Broncos, if they get in, are premiership hopes. So, mate, go and back yours. Now go to the website, sporthq.com.au, hit the sportingbet.com.au link on the right-hand side there. Join Sportingbet, you'll get a free $100 bet. Tell them Jay sent ya. So do that, have a wager, have a good week this week, get on Farmers Flutter, we'll win. Yeehaw!